So, good morning, and you're welcome to the news review. And yes, you have heard what the finance minister had to say as far as the budget is concerned, road tolls, and a number of the things that the finance minister said yesterday. You'd expect that it would show up in the newspaper. So, road tolls have been abolished. Road tolls abolished. That's on the main page, on the front page of the Daily Graph.
Are you not going to say hello?
I was going to come to that.
Okay, right. We'll wait for you then.
Okay. And, well, Nima is here. Good morning to you anymore.
Nah.
How do you want it?
I want a nice, proper hello. How are you? You know, all of that. Our usual, you know, hello.
Hello, Nima. Good morning to you.
We're on live TV.
That's okay.
Israel is on one knee. Yeah. Okay, good morning, Israel. You can sit down now.
Are you okay now?
Yes, please. Wow. Drama on the AM show, right? Anyway, good morning if you're just tuning in. We're alive and well. That was not a marriage proposal from Israel, by the way.
Well, yeah, because she already has a band on.
That was...
Because you already have a band on. Just say that.
Okay, so that was actually him apologizing. So shall we get into the newspapers, considering that we have a lot to cover today?
Have you changed the band? Or?
Yes, I have.
So
I was going to say something really silly. But,
change the band.
are you going to get into the papers?
You're still not telling us a story about the band.
I'll tell you one day, very soon.
Okay.
A big reveal.
Okay. All right. So can we get into the newspapers?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. So road toll 2022 budget, road tolls abolished. All toll booths shut with immediate effect. E-levy to fill up revenue gap. And so toll booths being shut. Yes, Echo, our producer, he's confirmed to me that this morning when he was coming in from Kaswa. So Echo actually lives in the central region, right?
Yeah, he does. Okay. And beyond.
Okay. So when he was coming from the central region, he didn't have to pay a toll this morning. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure he's...
I think what we're looking forward to in terms of the Kaswa toll booth especially is traffic.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's going to ease the congestion there.
Yeah, that's one of the things the finance minister is saying, that they're hoping that it's going to ease the congestion.
So this morning I'm going to do a drive to Kaswa just to find out if the toll booth really has reduced the traffic. You know what's funny though is that I used to live in Waja, and the early morning traffic is also partly due to the Malam Junction, you know, that side, you know, where cars are either going to Dansuman or turning around. There's quite a number of traffic lights. And then there's this space in front of the Malam market where the traffic, you know, kind of starts from, because the trotro drivers have taken one lane. Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to greatly affect the traffic on that stretch.
From what you're saying is likely that the traffic at the toll booth will ease, but then it will simply compound the traffic situation around the Malam area.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, again, because of trotro drivers who have taken one lane.
Yeah, I guess the IGP has to
deal with that immediately, yeah. So anyway, I'll be heading over there right after this, so I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay, great. All right, so there are a number of things that came out of the budget presentation yesterday. So we have... the road tolls being abolished being one of them. Government has abolished all tolls on public roads and bridges across the country. That is to take effect immediately the budget is approved by Parliament or the appropriation bill is passed. So that's what the finance minister said yesterday, but only this morning we're learning that there's a statement that was released on the back of the presentation of the budget, and it's indicating. In fact, can we have that statement from the Finance Ministry? Okay, so that's what you have on your screen. So it says cessation of road and brake toll collection nationwide following the presentation of the 2022 budget by the Honorable Minister of Finance on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, on Wednesday, November 17, 2021. The Ministry of Roads and Highways hereby directs the cessation of the collection of road and bridge tolls at all locations nationwide. This directive takes effect from 12 a.m. on Thursday, November 18, 2021. The Motor Traffic and Transport Department, MTTD, of the Ghana Police Service will be on hand to provide security at the toll locations from the effective date. Motorists are kindly advised to approach the locations with caution and observe all safety measures that will be put in place. The motoring public will be advised of further measures in due course. So this is a statement that was released by the Minister of Roads and Highways. So it actually takes immediate effect. And we're asking you, wherever you are, once you get onto the road, just let us know. You have to go through a toll booth if you're having to go through it without having to pay, or maybe there's some unscrupulous people still charging the tolls. But let's spread the word. So the finance minister or the ministry, the roads ministry, is roads and highways ministry, saying that you don't have to pay any toll. So just take that statement. We have it right here. We shared that with you. Minister for Roads and Highways says don't pay tolls. So don't pay. And people are not paying. Okay. So that's one of the things that came up. Now, also to widen the revenue and make up for the lost revenue, also to widen the revenue net and make up for the lost revenue, the government has proposed a levy, the Electronic Transactions Levy or e-levy, of 1.75% on all electronic transactions in the country, such as mobile money transactions. So, yes, whilst you're not going to pay any toll, any road toll or bridge toll, you'll be paying an e-levy, 1.75%. So essentially, if you're sending, but the finance minister went ahead to say that if you're paying anything below from 100 and below, you're not going to pay the tax on it. But essentially, anything beyond that, if you're having, and the 100 cedis allowance is just for a day. So if in a day you're having to pay more than 100 cedis, so as it is now, some of in fact, virtually all of the the telcos, if you're transacting anything below 100 cedis and below, you're not going to pay anything. But if you have to do the next 100 or anything after you've done your next 100, you have to pay. So, So that's per day? Yeah, per day. So that's what the finance minister is saying.
So if you have to send 1,000 cedis, I guess you can send 100 cedis every day for 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's another way you can go about it that I can tell you about, but I'm not going to tell everybody else about.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Am I?
No, nothing.
Okay, so that's it. I'm not sure I'm sure the road tolls will be excited about it, but the e-levy, I'm not sure people are going to be excited.
No. Yesterday I had Strong and Sassy on the radio, and a lot of my guests, were talking about the fact that, Charlie, so many of the things that we do now is by Momo. So many payments, utility bills, sending money, paying for this, ordering that. And it's not just like regular Momo trans, like everything that you do. So if you're ordering food, if you're using Bolt, if you're everything, everything that you pay for electronically or everything that you order is going to be taxed. And that's a lot in an economy where, a couple of weeks ago, Vice President Bami was talking about digitalization. This is kind of almost like a contradiction, because you're encouraging people to go digital and do things like that, and then you're taxing it, at the same time.
And discouraging people.
And then discouraging people, So it's a bit, but then again, we also expected that the government was going to try and raise money, from some avenue. And in a way, it does make sense. I mean, because mobile money transactions have hit about 500 billion Ghana cedis. So definitely a lot of revenue coming in there. So in a way, it does make sense. Okay, let's tax this. However, it's still coming on to the average Ghanaian having to pay more tax one way or another, especially when there was nothing done about the fuel prices, and all of that. So, it's fine. I don't know if it feels to me like instant gratification to kind of avoid the thinking of the impacts of the budget. So, okay, this money, yoo-hoo, I'm driving, there's no toll levy. Oh, it's 50%. That sounds good. Yeah, but actually you're going to be paying a lot more, on your Momo transactions. You're still going to be paying a lot for fuel. So I don't want to say I feel cheated, but I feel scammed.
We'll actually be getting into the details, but when we're joined by the Deputy Minister of Finance, Dr. John Kuma, and the former Deputy Minister of Finance, Atuka Forcing. But you can expect that there are all these scenarios that are playing up. So already we hear people say, look, if you have to send someone momo. So someone said, oh, Charlie, please send me some momo. I said, no, you have to come to the house.
Yeah.
And then same way, if maybe a lady says, please send me some momo, and says, come to your house. And people are saying it's going to encourage whatever.
Okay, yeah. Please, let's continue.
But you get the point.
I do get it.
In fact, you get the point that people are making.
Yeah, I do, of course. I've heard that argument since last night about how it's going to facilitate. I think maybe it's going to work better for the men because now, sending Momo that she can dodge you, but come for the money, it's like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Anyway, okay, so that's...
It's a bank transfer.
No, interbank transfers are also going to be charged.
I know. I'm just trying to give options that are not viable.
It's not. So, if you want the money, you have to come for it.
Yeah. Or don't be cheap. Just send it and pay the tax. It's for the development of the country and the politicians' pocket. But
all right. We'll be getting into it. So let me skip the budget, or maybe anyway, just go ahead.
Oh, really? Because most of the stuff here, too, is about the budget.
Okay.
Government to spend 137.529 million. No, this is not... okay, 137... Wow, what figure is this?
529 million. So, essentially, 137 billion.
Exactly, 137 billion.
Yeah. 529
million.
Yeah.
Did they have to, could they just not make 137 billion or just round it off to something?
Relax.
Ghanaian Times, why? You are coming to disgrace my maths teacher this morning. Budget does not respond to hardship of Ghanaians. And there's also the 2022 budget highlights. Okay, police nab 73 suspected criminals in Accra. Alleged fake kidnapping, accused granted 50,000. City bail. Islamic State, was I just yawning? Wow. Islamic State claims responsibility for Uganda bombings. Security climate dominates as U.S. Secretary of State kicks off Africa tour. Delhi shuts schools, colleges as air turns toxic. Oh, that's happening in India. CJ inaugurates child-friendly gender-based court at Asante Ekropong. Okay, so police not election petition forum under the nation's laws. That's Godfrey Yeboadame speaking there. Parliament police standoff threat to democracy. Inusa Foseni. And I mean, this is about the Francis Sosu issue, yeah. And I do get what Inusa Foseni is saying, that Parliament police standoff is a threat. There have to be very clear lines about how to deal with parliamentarians, especially on issues that relate to their constituency and their conduct. Because otherwise, it feels very, very funny.
I believe the police should just go. The police have already indicated they intend to go to the Supreme Court to get interpretation. I believe they should just do that.
And
once
get the interpretation.
Then everybody else understands. We're clear what exactly the law,
this is what. Otherwise, it's beginning. I mean, and forgive me, but otherwise, it's kind of beginning to feel like an agenda to just come at him. I mean, I know that yes, there was a burning of tires. There was all of that, and there was. It's not the first time that this has happened. I remember when there was the demonstration for the Adenta thingies. Well, what are they called? The footbridges. There was also a lot of that. I don't know if anyone was arrested. I don't really remember.
Right. So those two who say that if probably the MP, there's some who say the MP probably wanted to save the situation, didn't want to cause some chaos at the scene when the police came for him by deciding that he wasn't going to go with them. Because if he went with them, then the people who were protesting, who are his supporters, there could be chaos. There could be a confrontation.
Yeah, but the people have a right to protest, though.
Okay, so he moving away. There are those who are saying that was a smart move, but they said when he moved away, he should have just gone to the police to go and they just invited him at that point. So if he had gone there to invite them, explain the issues, we probably wouldn't have been in a situation where the police are now going for him.
It's all just a lot of drama, and I feel like it's just to distract us from the fact that we are going to be paying Momo tax. Like, Charlie, no, so many times, and again, forgive me because maybe I'm not, seeing the full scope of the situation, but we really major in the minors sometimes, like, okay, there's been a demonstration, the member of parliament, I'm sure all of this could have been done quietly.
Yeah.
Could it not?
It could have been.
Anyways. Children to receive Pfizer COVID-19 jabs. Ghana hits over 3.4 million COVID-19 jabs. That's still a very, very, very small number. Very small. But yeah, of course, we're going to applaud ourselves, aren't we? Let's see. What else is here? Absa Bank MD, okay, GSE, Canelo set to face Makabu for WBC Cruiserweight title. Cameroon beat Cote d'Ivoire to seal playoff spot. Brazil coach hits out at officials after draw with Argentina. GTB Banks, okay, that's 18 frontline veterinary officers begin training in Koforidua. And government to arrest and prosecute illegal miners. That's it for...
Okay, maybe let me just go through the Daily Graph. I just bring you some of the headlines that we have. Blinken, who's the Secretary of State, Tony Blinken, U.S. Secretary of State. He's on a 3-nation African tour. He's been to Kenya. He's going to be in Nigeria pretty shortly, I believe, and then Senegal. And just before he makes his way to Nigeria, they've announced that Nigeria is off the list of countries that support terrorism. So that's quite interesting. All right, Sudanese rally against coup, tear gas fired. Europe, only region with increasing COVID-19 deaths, at the World Health Organization saying that. And child-friendly court inaugurated in Okropon. We actually had a conversation about this on the AM show, where they were telling us why this court, on News Desk, sorry about that. Okay, while the court is child-friendly. Budgets unresponsive to pressing needs. That's a minority's reaction to the budget presentation. Yellow fever kills 25. That's unfortunate. Gas Central MC begins public forum with residents. And then provide time frame for parliamentary election petitions. Sosu seeks order to stop criminal case against him. And so government to spend 135 billion cedis in 2022. Let's keep our borders safe, secure. That's what Tunfor urging the Ghana Immigration Service. Roads Ministry working to halve fatalities by 2030. 2030 is too far away. We should do that as soon as possible. Then on the center spread, incorporate digitalization into revenue mobilization. Quarter urges MMDAs. IGP transport operators commit to curb road carnage. Now, this story about incorporating digitalization into revenue mobilization actually comes on the back of, or we're hearing this now, but yesterday the finance minister also talked about creating a common platform for the collection of property taxes, or improving the revenue that goes to the MMDAs. And there are some concerns there that if you're, so this is the GRA is going to come up with that common platform. Ahead of the presentation, what we understood was that government was going to collect it on behalf of the people, the assemblies, and then give them a portion of the revenue. But there are some concerns that are coming up about that. But we'll be getting into that when we get the Deputy Finance Minister join us in studio on the AM show. And then the 499 students, they are grateful to the president and the attorney general. The law students, or those who applied, wanted to get into the Ghana School of Law, and they were told they had failed. The resolution is that this law school is admitting all of them. So
this year or next year?
Right away, actually.
Really? Because as of yesterday, it was next year.
Next year? Mm-hmm. Really? Mm. Okay. So, but yeah, they say they're grateful.
Do they say that they're grateful?
Yeah, 499 students.
Have expressed gratitude for listening to their plight and fast. So especially appreciate. They have also members and people actually
just slow down and read it for everybody.
The meeting was held behind closed doors. The meeting
anyway, read it.
What is heartwarming is that the justice, okay. So what is heartwarming is that what is heartwarming about is me, I don't understand though, is that the GLC has decided to admit the 499 students, decided. Mm-hmm. But the commencement date is what is currently being worked on.
Yeah, so.
This is a problem.
Why?
Because if they don't take them this year, and they take them next year, that's 499 students already accepted, and that feeds into the number of students that they're going to be able to accept.
So they're working on, they're working on it?
They're working on what?
Let's see what more.
I find it very strange that these people...
They are grateful, at least they listen to them.
No, I mean, like, you know, the Attorney General, the school, the Macolap, like all of that. I find it, like every year, there's something. I don't understand exactly what the problem is. And you see, I'm worried about the gratitude, because it seems like as soon as there's gratitude, it means you've done something for me. But actually, I wrote an exam and I passed. And in the middle of all of that, you kind of changed the marking scheme without letting me know. And I should have been able to just get through if you hadn't changed it without letting me know. And then I come and I protest and I da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then now you accept me and I'm grateful. Like, can you get your structures in place so that nobody has to go through this kind of thing? And it feeds into our mentality as, you know, the Ghanaians and then those in power, is that you do what you're supposed to do and then we're supposed to be grateful. No, fix it. Get your structures in place.
So how else would you want them to react to it?
Who?
The students.
Right now, they are reacting to it this way because it's like, okay, we don't want any trouble. We just want to get in and finish and get out. But really, it's not like, just get your strike. Do we have to have drama with the Ghana School of Law every year? Does the medical school have drama every year?
These students are not, right now, they're just saying that they're grateful.
That's them. This is me. I am annoyed on their behalf. But like very
go on.
No, but what I'm saying is that when there are proper structures in place, then there's no unnecessary drama. This was unnecessary drama. So just fix it. We can't fix this, but we come with a budget that is Ajinhu. What was the name of the budget again?
Ajinkwan. But you can also call it Kromayeshi. That's what.
Like I mean, they should just stop playing. They just need to stop playing.
All toll booths shut with immediate effect. So apparently the Daily Graphic also went out to go check that out. So so they're talking about the statement, referring to the statement by the Minister of Roads and Highways, which we just shared with you, which came on the back of the presentation of the budget. So yes, so let us know actually if you encounter any. You have to go through any toll booth, just let us know what the situation is like. Has it actually eased the traffic wherever you are? Because I can imagine that wherever you find yourself and there's a toll booth, you know, it's typically going to slow down the traffic. All right, PGES scheme, our 4 months contributions, Natel's Controller and Accountant General's Department. In showbiz, no Sakawa in music, that's Manifest. Saying that rapper Manifest has charged Ghanaian artists to improve their knowledge of music production and respect the growth process, because a lazy approach doesn't produce success. Then Obapa Christie says, I pray I don't become arrogant. And obituaries. And let's see what else we have. Change attitude towards sanitation on issues. Towards sanitation issues, Regional Minister urges more impetus for Ghana Cares program, greater focus on agri to create jobs, and Ministry to phase out mercury in health sector. That is interesting. Okay, and GTA builds capacity of hospitality service providers. Japan's trade organization opens office in Accra. And in sports, FIFA to sit on Ghana versus South Africa case on November 23, so that we can bring some resolution to this one. There are those two who are suggesting that, but Uru Kwampofo, he was suggesting that once this thing is over, GFA should probably sue SAFA, the South African.
Why?
Yeah, for defamation, essentially saying that you're engaged in match fixing. And then Ash Gold Mediama part ways with coaches. They've sacked their coaches.
Yeah, they are tired.
And then on the back page, pregnant candidates, nursing mothers writing BC. And Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum generates 1.88 million
in 5 years.
Yes, right.
All right, let me go through the daily guide really quickly. So Susu's IGP after dodging courts, road toll abolished, e-levy takes off as Momo hits 500 billion Ghana cedis. Accra contributes 90% of tax revenues. All right, straight to the international stories on page 5. Several anti-coup protesters killed in Sudan as thousands rally. Burkina Faso protesters demand president's resignation Oh, that's interesting. Kenya prison chief sacked after Islamist inmates escape. Body spotted 11 years after coal mine disaster. Flooding triggers landslides in the US and Canada. Okay, so that's international. There's a very interesting, very interesting story on the entertainment page, Israel.
Yeah.
So Davido, right, apparently went on social media, Twitter, to raise 100 million naira. He said that he put his bank details up there and, asked his fans, Charlie, you guys for help me. I need 100 million naira, so donate, to all of that. So in 7 minutes and 10 seconds, he had raised 26 million naira. So his fans were really being supportive, sending money and all of that. The thing that really just freaks me out completely is, guess what he needed this money for?
What for?
To clear his Rolls Royce from the port.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can afford a Rolls Royce, but you can't afford to clear it. Or you can afford a Rolls Royce, but your fans should clear. Now, I want to ask a question to the fans who donated the money to clear the Rolls Royce. Do they have Rolls Royces?
They don't, but they love him and they feel that, yeah, we'll do it for him.
They should... no.
I suspect it's probably his way of testing his fan base.
Why? They buy his music, they play his music, he's on Spotify. You are trending, you are listening to your music. What's test again? What test again, Israel?
Yeah. So
you love me, so give me money to clear my Rolls
Let me
Royce.
see how far that love goes.
Oh, please. I mean, that's a little bit narcissistic. And then there are actually people who gave to clear the Rolls Royce. Yeah. Like you that you are giving, do you have a Rolls Royce?
So
you won't put the money to invest it.
In putting up the post, did he tell them I need the money to clear the Rolls Royce?
I think so. I mean, that's what it's suggesting. It says, okay, Davido posted his bank pleading for money from his fans. He said he needed 100 million naira to clear his car from the port. Then he says, I love your aim na 100 million. I won't clear my Rolls Royce from port. I beg. So he told them, yo, I need to clear my Rolls Royce from the port. So y'all who don't have money and probably can't afford a Rolls Royce, why don't you send me money so that I clear my Rolls Royce?
I'm sure the people who donated are people who actually have money. And they feel
some of them are probably fathers who haven't paid their children's school fees. I mean, I won't be surprised.
Well, who says it's all about the fathers? How about the mothers too?
And the mothers too.
How about the women too who feel like, wow, I want to do something for Davido?
Okay. Are you going to do the business finder?
Okay. Business finder.
I missed you yesterday, by the way.
Yeah. I know. I missed you too. I had to take care of some business, which took me away. Right, so in the business finder, 1 million jobs.
They've come again, 1 million jobs in 3 years.
As soft loans for youth-led enterprises are unveiled, Ecobank Ghana wins bigger.
Where are the 1 million jobs coming from?
It's going to come from government giving out the soft loans. The government says it's giving out 1 billion every year for young entrepreneurs.
Where do they get their money from?
From
the e-levy.
E-levy, I guess.
Okay.
As soft loans for youth-led, but no, if they're giving the money as soft loans, it means the money is going to come back, as in people are going to pay. So you give out
even Momo loan crap, people don't pay.
Yeah, but the Momo loan.
There's soft loans to government.
The Momo loans that they give, those ones, people, you don't have any proper regulations around it and ensure that the people you're giving the monies to. Because the people who currently have their SIMs are not properly registered.
Okay, Israel.
Okay. But this time, I'm sure, I don't know, when Dr. John Kuma comes, we'll ask him about it. But yeah, I'm sure they're going to have put in place some, regulations to ensure that the people pay back. Okay,
Israel.
Finance Minister projects 5.8% growth, 7.4% deficit. We see how that goes, because it's going to be tough. The Daily Statesman, MP assists Kolebu breast cancer patients with 100,000 cedis. And 1 billion Ghana cedis for young entrepreneurs as government takes steps to tackle youth unemployment. In 2022 budget outlines innovative ways to collect property taxes. Okay, and, yeah, that'll be it for me.
Okay, let's go to myjoyonline.com. See what's there. Okay, stop collecting road bridge tolls from today. Roads Minister directs. That's the banner headline. 2022 budget. Minority opposes electronic transaction levy. Of course, they would. Political class can consider sacrificing to cut government expenditure. That's Kweku Kwarteng. Phone transactions levy to pay for roads. That's the finance minister. Not a single public sector worker was laid off due to impact of COVID-19. That's the finance minister. 8 things we learned from the Ajinkwa budget. South Africa accuses Ghana of match fixing in controversial World Cup qualifier. We are rationalizing expenditure. That's Kweku Kwarteng speaking. Government to scrap road tolls. Road tolls and e-levies seem to be the big issues that we're dealing with this morning. Of course, like Ezo was saying, we will be speaking to Deputy Minister of Finance and the former Deputy Minister of Finance. So it's basically MPP NDC this morning.
No. Okay, so it sounds like MPP NDC, but what we're trying to do, as I indicated in the intro, is to have a conversation where we bring out the details of the budget to get the people to appreciate it.
Israel.
No, it shouldn't be about an MPP.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be. But definitely, it is going to be on some road. You know, one party saying that, well, you should. The minority have already spoken about the fact that this government does not. It's on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
Okay.
Budget does not respond to hardship of Ghanaians. So I think that it would be a little bit too idealistic to think that it would be, you know, beautiful. I'm looking forward to it. I said that because I'm actually looking forward to it. If we had 2 people from one side, then it would be biased.
Okay, so Dr. John Kuma and Atuka Self-Fortin, please, for this conversation, I don't want us to have another political banter. Let's explain the issues. If you want to criticize, you criticize constructively, and let's have that conversation. And
that's Israel for world peace here on the AM show. But it's going to be an interesting one. I'll be heading out to Kaswa as well to find out if the traffic is moving more freely now that there are no road toll booth thingies. Anyways, coming up next is the sports. And when we come back, the show continues. Don't go anywhere.